All right, let's start off talking about some basketball. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Obviously, I think I got another basketball video coming out. I did yesterday before this one, but check out the NBA playlist, NBA talk for more videos like this. But yeah, there's been some rumors going around. Devin Booker wants out of Phoenix. Also, Jrue Holiday is on the trade block. And then the big one is the 76ers still want to pursue James Harden. They hired Daryl Morey in some position in that organization, which I don't really like him running the organization, but I'm guessing Elton Brand will still be running it. But let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Start with Harden. They want to do Ben Simmons for Harden straight up, and Houston said no. Is Ben Simmons a better player than Harden? Nope, not for what they do in Houston. But if you're gonna get up and down the court and play some defense, Ben Simmons is an all-around better player than James Harden. But in this league, you got to score, and James Harden scoring is just too hard to resist. So, they got to throw something extra in there. For Harden, Ben Simmons, they need a center. Al Horford can be in there. They want Tobias Harris. I'll do him as well. Just give me House. And obviously, you got to match the salaries back up. But my whole thing is if you get James Harden and Ben Simmons of Philly, and you don't get a dedicated, in-shape Joel Embiid, it won't matter. So that's the big thing about it. Joel Embiid won't get his weight under control. At least Jokic got his weight under control. He won't get his weight under control. And if he did, he can win with Ben Simmons, to be honest. That's the issue. It's Joel Embiid. He got to be dedicated. He got to get his weight in control. And then when he do, he remind you of them throwback dominant big men, Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal, David Robinson, Tim Duncan. He can be that and kind of be a minor and big fella. But you know what? He is the perfect person to play with Harden because he can anchor a defense when he's healthy and with his mind right. He can really, when Harden don't want to defend, he can clean up the dirty work. And that's what kind of make the 0-4 Pistons so good. Because Ben Wallace was the anchor on the defensive side of the floor. And, they always willing defenders. And that's the first thing you got to be a great defender. You got to be a willing defender. But if Harden don't want to defend, let guys blow past him, Joel Embiid should be able to clean it up. And that was so good about Chauncey, Rip, Tayshaun, and Sheed and them. Even before Sheed got there, Ben Wallace was the anchor of the defense. And Joel Embiid can beat Ben Wallace mixed with Ewing and mixed with Shaq and Robinson. He can run the floor if his weight in control. He can anchor the defense like Hakeem Olajuwon. And really, he got feet like Hakeem. He can be, magnificent on the block. It's just that it's going to take the right coach to get the most out of him. And I think Doc Rivers can get the most out of him. He just got to come in shape and be willing to just come in shape. He could defend. He could score. He can go down as the greatest big man in history. He could dominate like Wilt dominated. He could dominate like Shaq dominated. Especially in this era, he better than Anthony Davis. He better than Karl Anthony Towns. You know why? Because he got everything when he's going. He's strong. He's a defender. He can do it on the block. He can do it from mid-range. He can do it from the three. He's better than Anthony Davis when he owned. The difference is Anthony Davis got his weight under control. And that's the biggest difference. But, him and James Harden will work, especially if he come in shape and willing defender. But if it's the same Joel Embiid who want to come in 300-plus pounds, who don't want to take the game serious, don't want to dedicate himself, it don't matter. Ben Simmons, Anthony Hardaway, Grant Hill, whoever you want to pull out here, George Garvin, you're not going to win. Because if he missing games in the playoffs or he ain't healthy, then it's his fault. You got to understand when you have a foot injury as a big fella, you got to, any knee or foot injury, as you get older, you have to cut the weight unless your ideal weight. You have to cut the weight. So instead of him being 300, he should really be in the 365, 360s because of knee injury. If his foot is good, he could be around 270, 275. But as your body get older, you got to kind of cut the weight down. You know what I'm saying? And him still eating that McDonald's or Taco Bell, he got to go call Kevin Love and see what he did for his weight. But he ain't Shaq. If Shaq was in shape, and didn't blow up in his Laker days, you know what I'm saying? If he had Kobe dedication, Shaq probably would have played another 2 or 3 years at his peak. But that championship they won in Miami, it was over with after that. All the bad habits Shaq had over the years, it really caught up to him. If Shaq stayed in his weight and shape, Shaq probably could have had the scoring championship because he could have probably played 3 or 4 or 5 more years, pretty much almost at his peak. At least what he was when he was MVP candidate in Miami when he should have won it. But, you got to understand that, a healthy lifestyle going to put more years on your career, more years in your life. But yeah, it's a good trade, if Joel Embiid come to play. If he don't, see if you could trade him down to Miami and get Bam or somebody. But he got to be healthy for it to work with anybody, especially with James Harden. My issue is when James Harden go to the playoffs, he ain't on no more. So really, you got to figure you got to bring somebody else in who can get their own shot and he can play with. You know, maybe I don't even know if they can get Bradley Beal, but they got to get somebody that can get their own shot. You know, you don't want to put playoff P with him, but I'm not sure who they can get to create his own shot. They can go with him off the top, maybe Buddy Hield. But we got to see, man. But apparently, the New Orleans Pelicans are shopping holiday season. Jrue Holiday, man, and to be honest, I think Jrue Holiday a good fit for what they do in Brooklyn. They need somebody that can defend. He can defend bigger guards. He got the length. He can get his own shot. He can spot up and shoot. I think him and Kyrie would be a good backcourt because he can defend. He ain't the biggest and the longest, two guard in the league, but you know what? He can defend bigger two guards, play the passing lane. He can defend. You know what I'm saying? He can hit shots too, but also if they're willing to give up Kuzma, you can send Kuzma down to New Orleans. You can bring Holiday there with LeBron and them. That'd be a perfect fit. Holiday can run the one. He was an all-star 1 year. He can run the point. I mean, you want to fit him to a contender, bro. Man, really, you can send him up there with Steph and Clay and them. They don't get Giannis because Clay can be the 3, and Jrue Holiday can be the backup point guard, and he also can be the starting 2 guard. Just because he can defend, So if they wanted to get creative and do that, I mean Milwaukee if they're trying to keep Giannis, but really Giannis got to learn to play without the ball. Let Middleton and let Bledsoe, or if they get Holiday, they got to let them be able to control the ball and create offense for him. That's the problem with Giannis. When Giannis go to Golden State, they going to move the ball and if he go there and get better shots for him. See, they can't pack the paint if he go to Golden State. He drive the lane and kick, Steph and Clay going to knock down. He drive or, if they keep Wiggins or somebody else, they going to cut to the basket. That's a perfect spot for him, to be honest. Because they can he got to learn how to post on the block. But he drive and kick the Clay and Steph. I mean, the way they move the ball, they going to find him on oops and stuff. So, he dangerous in Golden State. He at his most dangerous in Golden State, man, because you got to honor those shooters around him. Now, if you see in Miami if they're able to keep, Duncan and a few other guys, that'll be dangerous too because he drive and he kick because Bam can shoot it. He probably going to have to trade Bam, to be honest. He can shoot it. I mean, Duncan can shoot it. If they keep Kendrick or Dragic, he can shoot it. Jimmy can shoot it. But Golden State, to be honest, it'll be the perfect spot for him, man. But Holiday, you want to keep him somewhere he going to be a winner. You want to see who Holiday win. Him and his brothers seem to be, good. You don't see him in no bad news. His parents raised hell of a kids, hell of a young adults and young man, a man to be in general. So you just think about some places he can go and get it done. I mean, Philly, he been there before. Boston. I mean, he kind of really do what Marcus Smart do, to be honest. He just a little bit better. He a lot better offensively than Marcus Smart. Sheesh. Out west is really the Lakers, Clippers, Denver. I mean, he can help Denver. Gary Russell ain't really Gary Russell, but Gary Harris ain't really done what he supposed to do in this league. Maybe because of injuries, you can put him over there with them, and it'd be nice. But you got a few places he can go. But hell of a basketball player, and I want to see him get his flowers and get a championship. So he can fit with Brown and them as well too. That'd be a nice fit. Maybe the Clippers be looking at Jrue Holiday because people forget Jrue Holiday could be a point guard. He could play make too. So maybe Paul George and somebody else. They think about that or some draft picks. And you bring Holiday, to the Clippers, like that as well too. But also Devin Booker, excuse me. There's been some rumors going out there that it's the worst kept secret in the league that Devin Booker wants to leave the Phoenix Suns and go somewhere else. And you think about it, once again, Boston, they got 3 picks in this year's draft. They got Marcus Smart, they got Jaylen Brown to wave in there. But if you really can get Kemba Walker, if you really can get Jrue Holiday, and you can keep them Brown and Tatum on the wings, and you can bring Devin Booker there, that's going to be dangerous. Because he can create and set up his own shot. The real question is, him and Kemba do a work, But also you looking at a situation, they don't get James Harden, can they make a deal with Philly? Send Ben Simmons there and get some picks or whatever. Really, also Portland can get in on the fun. Not sure if they got enough firepower, but McCollum and some other pieces, maybe you can get them down there. The Lakers, I know they're looking for a guy. Booker can do it all. He can spot up, shoot, create. Maybe not so much to Golden State Warriors, but it could work. because Booker a bigger 2 guard, and Klay Thompson can play the 3 in this league, so that'd be ugly. But I think Booker to possibly Brooklyn. You know, you put with Kyrie, and they got the firepower, they got the picks, and they got Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert. You know, and I think Brooklyn really might compromise depth, you know, for firepower. And I think, you know, bringing Devin Booker over there, that'll be gangster. You know, it's just really, you got to get him to lock in the defense. You know, because what you're missing with Karis LeVert and Spencer Dinwiddie, what you're missing with Booker is that, you know, they can lock in the defend. If you get Booker to defend, like I said, Boston, they know what he can do. He dropped like 70 points on their ass a couple of seasons ago. I mean, who else you got in the East? Toronto, you know, they might be playing in Kansas City or Jersey or Tampa this year over because of the border. They shutting it down in Canada. But, man, it's a lot of teams. Spurs, Pop will probably get the most out. He probably be his most efficient with Pop. But, you know, maybe even the New Orleans Pelicans. You know, shit, you put them down there with Lonzo, shit, and Zion, it might work. So, I love D-Bookie from Grand Rapids. I wish the Pistons would have took him, but people kind of forgot how good he was because he played with like 1,000 blue chippers in Kentucky. But I said the same thing about Hero. Hero was a beast at Kentucky. But let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to check out our NBA Talk playlist for more videos like this. It won't be no NBA Live, NBA 101s. I can't go live. I got banned for going live. But check out Goodfellas Sports TV 2.0. We might go live over there. We definitely going to go live over there, NBA and a lot of stuff. So check me out over there. It's just same name, just 2.0. Check me out over there. But don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All the social media links are in the description. I also got a Facebook group. If you want to hit me up, advertise your business, or you just want to, you know, chop it up, hit me up. Want to make a donation, best way to donate is share the video. But you can make a financial donation. Cash App CJ Good 313. Salute to everybody that donated. PayPal link there as well too. Y'all know what it is. One time for the one time. Let me know what you think about the video. We gone.